Hey guys, Road Warrior back here. I recently took first place in the bass speed hunt here on Fishing Planet. I podiumed in it one or two other times, but I just wanted to throw a few things up here. As I get to try to get better in these things. I do want to throw stuff out there that does help. Again, I can't stress one thing enough, and in this one in particular, when you have really good run in this one, you'll note that you're going to, have very few empty casts, and that's one thing I can't stress enough is to make sure 3040 is usually pretty good. I'm not saying a 50 won't work, but the less empty casts, the better. Again, you will run into the bowfin. Those things will be absolutely obnoxious in this sort of thing. And always be trying to, different water depths, that sort of thing. But just generally speaking, a lot of times you're going to find the higher the pressure, they're going to be midwater and up. Again, no, there's nothing wrong with catching all these little fish here, one by one. As long as you're not getting those empty casts, as you can note here by the end here, when I go for the actual unique, as this is cycled through fish by fish, butterfly into the speckled. You'll note here, again, I'm working this at the upper spot, just trying to target the unique, just knowing he's probably going to be up in that area. As well as you're going to also see how many points that I score, just from this one spot. I want to say it was around 82. So if you just do the simple math on that, if you can somehow get 70 to 80 from each spot, that's going to get you close to 300. Moving on to the second spot, you'll note here, again, just more of the same. I'm just nickel and diming. And also you'll see that the big fish itself, again, is up near the surface, or that upper 1/3 on this particular peak, with the barometric pressure being up there. Again, make sure that you try. It's kind of difficult at times, but in this particular situation, again, unique first. Very next cast, if you'll note here, I throw right back out, looking for the trophy, because that's 12 quick points as well. So make sure that you do pay attention to what's available at your spot. Again, this competition, like many here recently in Fishing Planet lure competitions, it seems to work. I'm noticing more and more. We all like the sky twitch or twitching. Some people like stop and go. It does seem like they fly off a little more on twitching than they do stop and go. But again, just moving on to this next spot. Again, more of the same. This particular instance, I just went trophy unique, that sort of thing. So again, make sure that you pay attention. Even as I evaluate myself here, I kind of got this trophy and unique out so quick. I might even have made one or two more casts just to see, because the spot was so active. I might have went ahead and picked up, another 8, 16, maybe even 24 points if I made just another cast or two. But I do go ahead and move on to the next spot. Now again, this is just a quick pickup spot here. I know this is only largemouth bass and butterfly, but I usually try to make one cast in this particular run. This actually pays pretty huge here at the end. As you can see, just a quick cast here just for a trophy, and I literally just moved on from there. But it does give me a quick 6 points that does come into play at the very end, considering how the score ended up. Moving on to the next spot. Again, you have to make sure that you get to a point where it's gut instincts. I'm so stubborn, even though I poked in a few both in there. Kind of watching the count as we go from butterfly to butterfly. Normally what will happen, they're intermittent, so it'll kind of cycle out. If you watch closely a lot of these spots, you'll learn, how many bowfin are you going to get. I got the one. Okay, well, I'm starting to make sure I'm going to get speckled. And we're going right into the trophy. From there, I didn't want to give it too much time for the unique. I wanted to move on, just kind of paying attention again to the timestamp. Note, look at how many points that I'm getting, just fish after fish. And again, making sure you're paying attention. Did I get the trophy butterfly out, the unique butterfly out, that sort of thing. It does help, kind of have a plan per spot and get to know the spots. It does really help you. I'm going into this detail because, again, I want, I love it when there's more people up on the leaderboards instead of the same 2 or 3 or 5 that seem to just come up and hog up the points all the time, the rewards, that sort of thing. With the club series coming up, for sure, I love to see the competitions to where it's a better mix of different people up there, not just to win the rewards, but as also to enjoy themselves and feel like they've accomplished something. So I am putting a lot of this effort forth, trying to drill that into your guys' head. Nobody's perfect, including me, but you can tell in this situation, I've evolved to the point where I finally left the spot behind. Again, that spot was going to dry out up there. Before, I would have been stubborn and went for the unique, but it made a lot more sense in this particular run to come down here to a fresh spot knowing how many fish and points I could catch instead of just throwing back at a unique over and over and over. If you're following along, the spot is kind of dried up that I just left. Figured I would come down here, and even though it took 45 seconds, I think, to drive down to this spot, I went ahead and did that very thing, as you can see here. Got one last fish. And one thing too here at this finish line, I wanted to point out to you again, you know, spawn away, save yourself time. You want to usually have around 25 to 35 seconds depending on how fast your boat is. Pay close attention here as we come up to this side here. I'm going slow in this particular situation. Be careful. Right up here on the right, there's that stick right there on the right. Make sure that you're careful for that, that you don't ramp over that. It's cost me a couple times when I've had some really good runs in this thing. And again, I got here about 35 seconds early, but just didn't want to take a chance. I was in the lead here only by 2 points. Again, that butterfly bass or that largemouth bass that I caught on the way by, put me 4 points ahead. And I've been trying for this spinner tail, guys. This is how frustrating it is to try to win some of the stuff on Fishing Planet competitions. 14 months it's taken me. It's taken me 14 months to win that spinner tail. So I hope you guys pick up the gear a little quicker than I have on some of this stuff, but it's going to take a lot of work, guys. So I do hope this helps you out some way, somehow. If it does, please feel free to leave a like. Either way, take care, and I hope you guys improve, and that this does help you guys out. And we'll see you again in the next one. First place here in the Bass Speed Hunt, guys. Take care.